Hello everyone, this is Shadow Dragon back with another episode of DC Universe Online. So in this video we're going to be taking a look at character creation because I occasionally get like the vague question somewhere in social media that will ask like how to create a good looking character. The long answer to that is you sort of have to be creative in some way, or you have to have some kind of training, or both, because the thing is, like, it may not seem like it's related, but if you have like some kind of backstory, or your character has like a long history and depth, you're going to be more attached to him or her, and the look and feel of the character is going to come out nice. If you're just randomly opening the palette and just trying to come up with something that's going to look great, you're going to struggle with it. But I'm going to try to give you some guidelines that will steer you in the right direction. There's no like magical pill you could take that you could just kind of log on and kind of create a great looking character. So I did go to Twitter for a little bit of direction, because I didn't want to come here empty-handed as well, and we're coming here trying to create a new character. So I did 3 surveys on Twitter, one asking what the gender was of most of your characters, and it was really close, but male won by 2 votes, so we're going to go with a male. And I'm just going to pick the thing in the middle. We'll go with athletic medium, which is the majority of like superheroes are going to fall under this category.
Select exabyte download.
And we're going to go with custom. The other 2 things I asked about were what power was your second highest character. Just tried to mix up the questions a little bit. And the power that won was rage. I was kind of hoping it was one of the lanterns didn't win, because I think they give a bit too much direction. But anyway, we're going to roll with that because we can still customize rage quite a bit. So maybe as a follow-up I'll do one of the other more generic powers. But going to go with rage. And then I asked about favorite weapon style. But indirectly we're just going for the weapon. The one that won there was hand blasters. And the only reason we need a weapon is we're going to show the effects and the color of the effects. We're going to color the character based on effects colors. So we're going to look at weapon and power. You could go by inspired by. If you're doing like one of the lanterns, there will be an inspired by. Now this is kind of good for pulling colors of certain heroes. We'll take a look, but we're not going to go into this. So if you wanted to create like Superman, these would be the 3 colors used for Superman, as well as like Batman or any of the other heroes. And then like there are the lanterns as well. So Green Lantern, that would be the official green. There should be a red lantern here. So you could pick, I guess, Atrocitus or Guy Gardner. They're both using the same red, I believe. Something you could do to pull the colors, you just pick one of these characters, get onto the ship, pull the red, and then come back out and delete the character. I think I noted the red from last time. It should be 490000, unless they changed it. But we're going to apply that later. The reason why you need to kind of create the character and then delete it to pull the colors, because you can't view the hex color during character creation, which is kind of weird. So we're going to go for fully custom.
Select a hero.
Since it's Red Lantern, we'll go with villain.
Select a personality to determine social behavior.
And we'll just go with powerful, because that's kind of like a generic hero stance, superhero stance.
Select a mentor as a guideline for data application.
I'll go with meta. None of these will matter too much.
Available exabyte data to select
and rage is going to be flight and hand blaster.
display exabyte download summary. Appearance
Okay,
options
so
now available.
the main guideline
Any
in
category
character
has
creation,
designer. Except download
if
free
you have
image.
absolutely no idea what to do, is we're going to go the direction of harmony, where we kind of stay mostly monochromatic. We're not going to go crazy with contrast, as in going with complementary colors or anything like that. With a red lantern, you're pretty much going to have the red fixed. You're going to have black. And on most red lantern uniforms, there's an accent of white, where like the logo is partially white, or maybe there will be like white gloves or white belt. So those are 3 colors taken up, and we do get a 4th color, which they added at some point. So with that 4th color, what we're going to do is we're going to pick a different shade of red that's going to help accent like the power colors and special effects colors. We're going to leave the skin and hair because we're just going to concentrate on the costume. So I think we're going to go... I'm going to pick something that looks like a comic book hero or a comic book character. So we'll go with something like that. For the face, we'll just... And I'm going to pick styles that have somewhat of a glow. There aren't too many of those in the basic character creation. But like goggles will sort of look like an effect. Especially at the lower levels. It's one of the things that kind of looks cool with a glow. For the emblem, I just want to pick something that's 3 color. I think most of these are. So let's just go with that. It's circular and somewhat resembles like a lantern emblem. So we're not going to get a red lantern suit until T5, so we're going to have to come up with something that sort of looks like one. Now for the chest and legs, I kind of wish they put chest and then legs after, because those two tend to go together. I'm going to pick Mystic Energy so that we could get some of that glow in there. Now another tip is, typically in a set you're going to want the chest and legs to be from the same set or something very similar. You see where the chest meets the legs, you want that to be seamless. So if there's some pattern that intersects into the legs, you want like a leg style that continues off of that pattern. Now Mystic Energy, it's kind of, there's no pattern that's touching, so you could pick like a different pants if you wanted to. The back styles are mostly plain in character creation, and there's no like real backpack, so we could just go with like a cape. Now this is sort of, this could be a good one, the split cape. Now you see where the top portion of the chest, where it's currently blue and yellow, that kind of continues into the cape. So like whatever color we set that blue, we're going to want the cape to be the same color. So as the parts intersect, we're going to look for how the different pieces touch. Alright, so let's pick that for the cape. Chest, cape, hands. Let's see what we can pick for the hands. I don't think there are any special effects ones. Oh wait, there might be. There's like a power reinforced that has like, might have a glowy light. Alright, let's go with that. For the waist, I normally pick like one of the things that looks like a utility belt, but I'm gonna browse around for something that has a bit more color. Or chevron is nice because there's that glowing piece. Now for a lantern, I kind of like to pick the glowing pieces. Legs were done. Feet. I think we're gonna go plain with the feet. I kind of wish there was something like Stalwart Defender. That's kind of like my go-to feet style. Because it's nice and plain and it looks like generic superhero. Yeah, there really isn't one. I guess Tall Classic is the closest one. Okay, now we get into the colors. Costume, skin, hair. Okay, so we're going to leave the hero default. We're just going to color the costume. And the palette. See, this is the part where I wish we had hex colors. So that way you could copy the official lantern colors in here. So the first slot, and these do make a difference because this first slot is going to color certain special effects, such as like a hard light shield. So I do want this one to be the official lantern red. We'll just use this to represent it for now. We won't be able to adjust it until we actually create the character. So let's now color number 2 is like, it's also a special effects color. I think it's the one that colors like your fast movement. If you're flying, there's going to be like a swooshy under your feet. That's what this color is going to be. So we're going to use the second color as like the special effects red, which is going to be brighter. I'll start that as like full red. We may have to put a little bit of white for the glows to show, but once again we'll do that when we get off the ship, or when we get out of character creation. And so color number 3 is next. And I don't believe this one shows up in special effects. It might show up in like some special capsule styles and stuff. So we're going to use that as our black, which is going to also take up large portions of the costume. The costume is going to mostly be the 1 and 3 slots. And then for 4, we may not use this one. I'm going to go ahead and set this as white. I might use it for the emblem. So 4 is like that extra swatch that they added. all gear will use 3 out of 4 of these. So you can't use all 4 of these for the gear. But this is what we're going to paint it with. Alright, so we'll accept this, and during character creation we can still assign it to the parts. So actually I like to start with the chest first. So let's see, slot 1. Slot 1 I'm going to make the official, I'm going to make that the red lantern red. Slot 2 is the rest of the suit, so we'll make that black. Whoops. I'm still getting used to doing this on a controller. And for the glow, we're going to make that the brighter red. It looks like we're going to have to adjust that because it looks too close to the red lantern red. So it's going to go dark red, black, and then red. And then since the legs are the same style, it's going to be the same order. For the matching feet, matching legs. So the cape, we're going to leave that the same because it's that red lantern red going into the cape. Yeah, you can't get too creative with the cape out of character creation. Alright, now we're going to match up the head. So now you see where the neck part is? It's still the red lantern red. So when I get into the head, I still want the main color of the headpiece to be that red and not black. And then I'm going to change the other part to black. And then there are only two colors for that. And then for the face, since it's touching the black part of the mask, I kind of don't want that to be black. I'm going to set that to match like the special effects. So this is going to be whatever the glow is. And the emblem is where we're going to try to sneak in the white. But we also want it to look like it's glowing. It looks like the first color is the glow. Maybe we can't sneak in the white. Okay, the second color we're going to want some contrast, so we're going to set that to black. Okay, so this one happens to only be two colors. So yeah, we'll just have to go with that. And getting into the hands. So this one you could kind of go either way. Like if you want that bracer type look, you set the color that's continuing off the arms to black, which it already is. Currently, that's the glow color. Oh, it's not going to let us do the little circles. Oh wait, okay, that's the glow color. So we'll set that. Now here, if you want that bracer look, this is what you'd go for. Black on the inside, cuffed by the red lantern red. You could go the opposite of that as well. Where you're going to go with like red gloves and the black cuffs. I like the other one better. Because that way you're getting that pattern of black, red, black, red. Okay, so let's get into the waist. So for the waist, it's dividing like the chest and leg part. So I don't want it to be black. I don't want that main color to be black. Yeah, see, it kind of disappears if you do that. And it's not really a glow, so I'm not going to go with the bright red. We're going to go with the red lantern red for the base of the belt. And the metallic piece, you could go for white for maximum contrast. I wouldn't introduce the white in here until you actually get the official red lantern emblem. So let's see, we could either amplify the belt or hide it. I'm going to go with black because it kind of hides that piece a bit more. And since it is metallic, it kind of works off of like the reflectiveness of the base suit. So black kind of looks good for that part. And then the glow we're going to set to red, the brighter red, to match the glow of the other parts. And then we're getting into the feet. So another basic tip is, like, you see how I have the chest and legs matching? And if you want contrast, what you do is you match up the chest and legs either in style or color or both. And then for contrast, you could make the hands, back, waist, and feet something else. Like you could pick them from a different style. And this is like later on when you actually complete like the style sets. Like if you wanted to mix and match, typically you keep the chest and legs one style and then maybe the hands and feet some other. So I do want the feet to somewhat match the hands. We're not going to do that bright red. One option is this, with the red boots and black trim. But since we made the hands like continue off of the arms, and then we had the Red Lantern Red as the cuffing. What we're going to do is go with black boots, and we'll go with the Red Lantern Red as the trim. Okay, so that's good enough to go to next.
Download successful.
The hard part is getting the name, but we're not actually going to save this character. So we'll just put some random number here. And we're just going to start the game. Okay, so I just wanted to wait till all the dialogue was over. So you can see right away that the lighting is quite different from character creation going into this Brainiac environment. A lot of things really darkened up. So this is a good place to make some adjustments. So we're going to go ahead and fill in the actual Red Lantern Red. Actually, that's not far off, because this is what I believe it is, 490000. And then we're going to adjust this color, because right now it's a little bit too red. So if you want it to look like a glow, you're going to have to add white to it. So this way it looks a little bit more laser-like. And take a look at the glow compared to the ring. That's what we're going for. We're going for this type of contrast, where it's going from white to red. And I'm just going to take a quick look at the emblem, because I kind of want that to be brighter, although I don't think it actually can be. I mean, that's the brightest red already. Yeah, that's simply because there's no effects on that emblem. Let me see if I could preview the Red Lantern emblem. Because we do have this unlocking, but is the Red Lantern one part of it? Oh yes it is. I'm not actually going to buy it, obviously. Oh, there's no... I thought there was white in this. But I think you would actually need the enhanced emblem to match like a glow suit like this. Well, let's go ahead and unlock one of the enhanced ones simply because they're free. Yeah, let's go with that. Yeah, see now I think these are 3 colors. Oh wow, that's super bright. Okay, we'll just go with that. Okay, so that adjustment looks much better. And then if you want to look at the weapons, this is what the Red Lantern special effects look like for our weapon attacks. Hand blasters is actually a good choice because I think of all the weapons, it shows the effects like in the largest amount. So it does match the darker parts of the ring. Okay, we need to get to Overseer in order to get the first power. Okay, so now we have 2 weapon attacks. So with that, you do see the lighter color of the special effects. Kind of matches the ring still. And then for the first attack, again, it's matching the dark part of the ring. So for Rage, what you want to look at is the effect around like the character's head. And there's also the constructs that are close to the character's hands. So when you're creating your colors, if you don't happen to go exactly for what I went for, you should kind of use those as a guideline. And that's a general guideline, not with just the rage powers. You're going to want to do this with any power. Now, some powers are more colorful than others, like such as nature. Like nature, you have to use a lot of the powers in order to get a good feel of the palette, because it's going to have like greens and browns in there. Electric also ranges quite a bit, depending on stance and depending on the role of the power, because it has like different colors for the bolts. So it's something you'll have to play around with. There are also powers where, like, the weapon attack doesn't quite match the power effects. Like fire has like a red weapon attack, but the effects are ranging from orange to yellow. But anyway, this is how you'd go about it with the guidelines of kind of staying harmonious with the color palette. You could apply a lot of what I did for the Red Lantern to yellow and green as well, because those kind of have that fixed uniform color. So it kind of knocks off one color, as well as if you have like the black and white ironed out already. I mean, that's as fixed a guideline as you can get, and then you have the flexibility of just that one color. So like if you follow those, you kind of can't create a bad looking character, because those are pretty strict guidelines. Now in another video I'll probably go ahead and pick one of the non-lantern colors, because there's a bit more flexibility with those. But that should give you a general guideline of how to create a good looking character. Okay, so I thought I would end the video by going to my actual Red Lantern, so you could see some of the higher level stuff with the same principles applied. So the chest and legs aren't a total match, but I was basically doing a match on the textures. It's actually the Red Lantern top with the Yellow Lantern bottom. But you see the shape of where that piece, the red piece on the chest, touches the belt. That's going into like a negative space for the pants. And then there is like a texture match, because the red in each of the pieces are a match, as well as like the smooth version of the black part of the suit that's smooth, and there's the fiber textured portion of it that's also black. The boots just continue off of the legs, and then of course a higher level character, introducing like the special effects. So I have the Furious material on the shoulders, hands, and back, which I typically like to do. Like, I don't want to overdo it and put it on the whole set. And then there's an aura. That's the pulse aura that kind of matches the red of the Red Lantern suit. Not too many red accessories, so I just put the red flame there. And then, of course, weapons have a slightly different material just for contrast. And then you have like the glow from the emblem. The emblem in this case is part of the gear. That's not actually an emblem. And that I'm matching with glowing parts of the mask. And then the mask, like it gets divided in half. It's the Deathstroke style. But you see how the red continues off of the neck piece in the chest into the right half of the mask. So yeah, just a couple of things to look for. And yeah, again, those are the same principles on higher level pieces. So if you use like some of the principles of design, you can apply it to any level of pieces. So hope this helps you create your character. Good luck, and thanks for watching.